Alright guys, it's Kevin, and as the title clearly states, I published more than 150 low-content books on Amazon KDP, sold hundreds of thousands of copies, and today I will show you how you can do the same, okay? The results I've achieved and the main lessons I've learned, so you can apply them to your own Amazon KDP business and also make millions with this. Before getting started with the actual result and lesson, a little overview of how I got to this point. I started publishing in 2019 and I was publishing only non-fiction books. So I was following the course that I bought back in the days, and the course stated that you should have been publishing only high content books. So I published 10 of them, go on through all the process, finding a writer before AI, so it was like a long time ago. Published 10 of them, didn't make any money. 2020, the following year, I found out about low content books. And how I did this, I was just doing my normal keyword research with my little spreadsheet, and I've noticed that many of the best-selling books on Amazon were actually very different books from the one I was creating. Okay, they were not non-fiction books, but they were like simple books for children's or like puzzle books, stuff like that. And yeah, it was a very good opportunity because before AI, the only way to create a non-fiction book was to hire a writer for hundreds of, if not thousands of dollars. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I can do that myself. I can use PowerPoint back in the days. I think there was not even Canva. Yes, there was, but there was PowerPoint. So I will do that in PowerPoint. I will do it myself. And so I started doing that, okay? It took me days and days, if not weeks, to create a single low content book. It was a very slow start, but I managed to make my first $500 profit in 1 year. Okay, so $40 per month, which is way more than what I was making here because I was in negative. Until in 2021, I finally cracked the code, testing a new strategy for low content book that I have invented myself. And after a few trial and error, I cracked the code and went from making $500 per month to making $5K per month. So being a full-time low content publisher within just 3 months after finding this strategy that I'm about to explain to you in this video. And then I scaled pretty quickly to 10K per month by December of the same year and 20K per month 6 months after this December, so June of 2022. And yeah, guys, fast forward for a year, those are my current results. I make 30 to 50K per month, 70, 80% profits, all with low content publishing, all with not a lot of books published, like under 50 books, including translation in 6 years. It's how much? I don't know, like 20 books per year, roughly, not thousands. I didn't publish thousands of books, didn't do anything like that. Published a couple hundred of low content books. This is my royalties made from June to August, so the last 3 months, 120,000, so it's 6-figure in 3 months, which is probably more than the lifetime earning of all the gurus out there. And yeah, I've helped thousands of people to achieve success with my YouTube content, and I helped a few of them to scale from $0 to $4,000 to $8,000 within 6 months. Okay, so if that's interesting for you, there is the link in the description. But after we saw the results, let's go to the actual lessons I've learned, okay? So I prepared a few points of the main thing you should know if you're publishing low content books that you really need to apply if you want to succeed in 2025. So let's check out the first one, which is keyword research doesn't work for low content book. It doesn't really work for any type of book, like the traditional keyword research where you get your spreadsheet and write down like the number of competitors, reviews, etc. It's completely dead. It was dead like 2 years ago, I guess, at least. And it's so boring, guys, that I would also give up if I had to get started doing that. And I was about to give up until I found out the really good strategy to find topics. I was using this actually, guys. The course I bought initially and all the courses I bought throughout the years from the gurus, they all have this same thing to do, like the same strategy to find profitable topic, which is called keyword research. And it consists in browsing Amazons for hours and hours, writing down topics that are in high demand, supposedly, and low competition, okay, looking for them at least. And to find these topics, you should write down some stats about the search term, for example, like the number of competitors selling, the number of search results, the number of reviews of the bestsellers, how much are they selling, how high quality are they, all these sort of things. And then at the end, if you mix all these stats, you will find the best topic you should create a book about, okay? like you understand at a first glance that this is not a sustainable way to find topics, because there are thousands of people trying to publish their books on Amazon, okay? Trying to succeed with this business model. And if each one of them is using the same exact strategy, how is it possible that all of them find high profitable keywords? So low competition, high demand keywords. Like there's probably like 100 keywords, if not less, that are profitable, and there are like probably like 5 to 10,000 people looking for these 100 keywords. So all of us, probably, if you tried publishing something seriously, we have experienced the fact that you find a supposedly profitable keyword, and by the time you create the book and create the cover, etc., after like, let's say 45 days, there are already like 3 new competitors in the same keyword. This is exactly what I was experiencing back in the days. And this was impossible, guys. Like, you understand that you don't know what other book is going to be publishing in the next 3, 4 to 6 months, and you cannot predict that. So it's not sustainable, and it doesn't work at all. Unless you do like super high level stuff, etc. You have like tens of thousands of dollars to invest in a single book. But this is impossible. The only way to succeed, especially with low content books, guys, because like these books are so easy to create that everybody can create one just like, you know, with impulse, like within a couple of days, you can get a fully effective, like, okay, supposedly fully effective low content book. So you need to find another way. And it's not keyword research, guys. You cannot base your business on keywords because, from what I just said, you need to find a way to position your books in a different way than all the other competitors, to create new type of books that are not competing with all the rest of the crowd. And this is how I achieved my success, guys. That's how I made millions with Amazon KDP. It was just by finding new catalysts, okay, that I'm going to explain them in like 1-2 minutes, so just stick around, to get my books to be shown in a different way to that of the customer, becoming the only possible choice for a specific type of customer. So not having to compete. The customer doesn't have the choice, oh, I'll buy this or this or this. Okay? You not compete. You just create your niche of one. And that's the only way to succeed with low content. And we're going to see some example, guys. Don't worry. So, yeah, this strategy allows you only to find topics where there is already competition. So if you need at least 3 competitors selling, it means that there are already competitors, and it's going to make it 10x more difficult and expensive. Second thing, the second lesson is that being original and creative always is going to win on the keyword research thing. Okay? This is how you actually beat all the other publishers. There is no 100% standard copy-paste strategy to create a winning product, and whoever tells you the opposite is lying, okay? There is no standardized. You need to use your own creativity to make a book in a category of one. And no, guys, it's not that complicated. It's way simpler than doing the keyword research, to be honest, like, for me at least. It takes half of the time, half of the boredom like that you need to like absorb. You don't need to be naturally creative. You have to train your mind to think outside of the box, and it's quite simple, guys. You just have to observe what's out there. Just like, I will show you now these couple of examples, and you're already gonna understand in 1 second what I mean. If you just type a keyword, which is memory game for seniors on Amazon, you will see that there are many competitors in there, okay? But some new published books are winning all the sales, pretty much. And those are cognitive boosting memory games. Those are 2, for example, and there are probably 10 that are making all the sales. And retro fun, nostalgic brain games, okay? Now, there is, in contrast to that, there are tens and tens of books that are ranking from page 3 on, that are like this, memory game for seniors. So they did the keyword research. They found that the profitable keyword was memory games for senior, because they saw these free books that were selling, and it was like, okay, I want to join the party. And what happened? They didn't sell a single copy in their world career. Maybe they sold 1 or 2 copies in their world career, made $0, whilst these books are thriving, making $3K per month each. Okay? And what's the reason? They've been thinking outside of the box. They found the keyword and they were like, okay, this is not a keyword. Like, the keyword doesn't exist. So how can I steal, let's say, or create new sales out of here? Okay, what people actually want when they type memory games for senior? You have to backthink. Okay, well, Probably they want to some cognitive boosting exercises for smart seniors, okay? And that's what they've done, okay? You just have to think. What is the end goal of a memory game for senior book? Is to make your cognitive abilities better. And just by giving this little twist to the title, okay, not using the keyword standard stuff, but just like thinking, what is the end goal of customer when buying this? They came out with a title that is winning like in every single metrics you can imagine, like profit, sales, reviews, etc., etc. Obviously, then the execution is important. They've done a good job, but mainly it was being unique and creating a niche of one that nobody can compete with. That's the only way to succeed with low content book. Another example is this one, guys. Like this is the exact same book. This, by the way, guys, those books are the interior are exactly the same. Like you see, this is some random puzzles thrown together. The difference is in the title and the way it's presented, in the catalyst. The catalyst is cognitive boosting. Then we have another book, Retro Fun Nostalgic Brain Games. This is exactly the same concept. Like they found that memory games for Serion were working, or brain games, whatever, like it's the same stuff. And they decided to give it a different twist, so calling it retro fun. So making all the puzzles about the Yao for like adult ages of these seniors. So for example, let's say they are 8 years old now, they were 30, 50 years ago in the 70s. So they will have all the puzzles about the 70s, for example. And people that are 80s nowadays, they will buy for sure these instead of to a generic like memory games for seniors, bonus two-player games, like anybody cares. This is not a differentiation, guys, okay? Just to make it clear. Like adding this two-player game bonus is not a real catalyst. Nobody cares about this. You need to create a real differentiation, something that will make the difference when deciding what to buy. Like in this case, it's very clear how it's a big deal. The two-player games, nobody cares. Especially because it's normally a gift book. So an adult, like for example, for your dad that is 80 and you are 40, you gift him this type of book. So you really want to look cool in the moment you gift it. This is also a very important thing. Low content most of the time will be gifts. So you need to think like how cool this looks like a gift, your book. Okay, how make the person that make the gift look good instead of like the real life usage. So instead of doing countless research, it's better to use the data you see, for example, the fact that a senior are looking for memory games, to find untapped topics and write theses on why a book with this topic could win. So for example, you think about the cognitive games, cognitive improvement games, like why should it work? Like you need a clear thesis. I think this book can sell because the end goal of memory games is cognitive boosting. So I will add it clearly in the title, added the fact that it's like science-baked for some reason, science-backed, whatever, however you say. I know I got a weird accent, but like that doesn't change the quality of what I'm saying. You have this thesis, or like, you know, people are 80, they like to remember when they were young, so they like nostalgia, whatever retro activities can be better and looks cool, etc. People that gift it will think it's cool. People that receive the gift think it's cool, etc., etc. And they're more likely to engage with the book eventually. So you need to find a topic where there is demand, obviously, okay? But you don't have to figure it out directly on the spot. You need to find demand going around, watching around Amazon, and then write a thesis on why your catalyst is going to be a winner. And then low competition, guys. But if you have a unique catalyst, this is like, you can not consider this part at all, the low competition, because you are a niche of one. So you have no competition, technically. So there's only demand and a good catalyst. If you can nail those two things, the third one is going to be automatic because you will have no competition. Like, I made, all the hundreds of thousands of dollars I make like a clockwork every couple of months, they are made on topics like this, exactly books like this, where I created an original catalyst on a topic in demand, and that's it. I didn't have to compete, I didn't have to add hundreds of reviews, I didn't have to spend thousands of dollars in ads just to rank a little bit and go in loss for months. Okay, it was profitable right away. Okay, after a couple of weeks, my ads were already profitable. Because you are not competing. This is the killer of all the businesses, the competition. Especially on a simple, like step-by-step, supposedly, business model like Amazon KDP. Now, third point I've learned is that yes, AI is a revolution. AI can do a lot of the work, but the final, the thing that is gonna determine whether you are successful or not is how you use your brain and how good you learn to be creative and understand the pattern on your own. Because AI and all the other tools, guys, I'm talking about all the like keyword research, like book generator, whatever, all these tools, they provide you a very narrow solution. And they give you a narrow view of the market because everybody has access to the same data pretty much. And again, we're back to the previous concept of competing. Like what you're doing there is just learning to compete even more because every tool you use will give the same result to everyone. Okay, yeah, there is some AI tool that you can learn to use better. Obviously, I've been doing hours and hours of research on that and I can use them better than everyone. But like still, my way to think and my understanding of the market is what really gives me an edge over everyone else. What you need to learn is really to think properly, not to use tools in the right way. Because manual research on Amazon and manual thinking will always take you to unique places compared to a standard automatized AI research tool or whatever, okay? The only unique thing you have is yourself and you should learn to leverage that. To the day, I don't use any tool to do research. I don't use any AI. I don't use ChatGPT to create a title. I don't do anything. I literally just learn how to do it myself, and this is what is differentiating me from everyone else. I made millions. I am currently making millions. I'm currently publishing for a living, okay? And I don't use any single tool out there except Helium 10 at all. So don't expect any tool and don't expect any AI tool that work for you. Just really, you can leverage this tool to make everything simpler and cheaper. Those are the two things you can do, and faster, three advantages. But don't over-rely on them. Now, fourth thing is that many of you guys, you think that if you keep doing like numbers, you can keep uploading more books, at some point, for some reason, a book is gonna explode. But that's not how it works. Like, to have a bestseller, you need to intentionally create a bestseller. Before making the bestseller results, nothing is casual, nothing is random. You need to be intentional about everything you do. So, intentionally do the research for creating a bestseller, intentionally creating a bestseller catalyst, intentionally execute in a bestseller way, and then you will get a bestseller result. If you don't do any of these things and you just hope that you found like a decent keyword, you add more reviews because this is way more mechanical and you can just, try to scam some customer because yes, guys, fake reviews are literally scamming customers. And this is not going to lead to bestseller results. The only thing that is going to lead to bestseller results is consciously thinking, okay, I need to create a bestseller. I will do the research in a way that is conducive to creating a bestseller. I will create a catalyst, a unique mechanism, a unique offer for my book that is going to be bestseller level. I'm going to execute as a bestseller deserve, and then the clients are going to love my work. They're going to find exactly what they need. I don't need to trick them to buy with fake reviews. They're just going to naturally buy, and they're going to be happy because I executed properly and I created the product they wanted, they dreamed of. So they will be grateful. They will have a smile like this while they click buy on Amazon because I understand what they want and they give it to them. So this is very important. Print out this scheme and memorize it and be intentional with what you do, okay? And again, this doesn't mean spending more time, more hours, or more money. This is quite the opposite, in fact. You should just be more intentional in what you do in general. Have a clear goal and understand that to achieve it, you need to just create a better product and in the way the client wants it. That's it. So the fifth and last lesson for today that I didn't want to make this video 30 minutes long, just filling it with filler points, is when you have a winner, double down on that and build a brand. This is really the secret, the cheat code of a long-lasting business that doesn't die after a couple of months. In fact, I got stuck for 6 months, around 10K per month, and I was like trying so hard in every single possible way to get to 20K per month. But every time I publish a new winner, like the previous one declined a bit, or some of them died, or whatever, and I couldn't figure out how to scale. And what allowed me to do it is understanding like the compound effect, okay? That is way more powerful in this way. Like the compound effect is gonna be way superior when you try to create a brand and book that works together and cooperate compared to standalone different books. For a few reasons, the first one is really like your personal understanding of the niche. Again, we're back to the previous point. Like you train your brain on a single niche, you're gonna have better ideas that serve better the customer of this specific niche. Okay, so it's all about training your brain. And the more you go ahead, the more you're gonna understand exactly what type of book they would like to purchase. If you don't do it, then after 1 year, you're gonna be stuck at the same point, like trying to create 10 books per month without having a deep knowledge of anything else. So really focus on a single niche, create good books there, and you will see results at some point, okay? This is what I'm still doing. Like, it's a clear example of a brand I started with one of my first clients that I published books with like last year, like after starting creating content. And we're already making with this brand after only 4 books published only. Like it's quite a lot, but I have a partner, so everything is made easier. On the month number 1, 2, 3, 4, we already generated $3,500, and we are on track in September to make $5,000. So you see how it's exponentially growing, just because we are focusing on one single niche that we both know as well. And this way you can just, first thing, use the same freelancer and the same team to do all the stuff, and they're gonna be way better at that. I think I've written down something, yeah. You and potentially your team will gain more knowledge on the niche in every possible way, more steady and long-term results, okay, because as you can see, like it's growing, and I don't see this like slowing down. I'm pretty sure we can get it to like $20,000 per month by December. I will keep you updated, like, you know, because I'm actively publishing and I can test new stuff, and then I can actually speak with competence of what currently work August 2025 in the market. Steady long-term result, less time wasted in useless research, okay, less time wasted on your little spreadsheet, like wasting hour looking for high demand, low competition topics. And you can create a team of reviewers. Again, like this is super important because you will get legit review for legit buyers that are actually interested in your book, not like random publishers that are just like farming points on a random website, that are actually interested in your book, and they will be happy to leave your review in exchange of a little PDF, or even just to help your work. Because you helped them with your book, now they will help you with their review. So it's kind of an exchange, and they will be happy to do this. You can launch brand campaigns, which are way cheaper than the normal ones. Okay, little secret, like little insider secret. Once you have 3 books on the same topic or on the same brand, you can run brand ads campaign on KDP, and those works wonderfully. And you can build a social media presence, okay? So the customer become yours and not Amazon solely. You can drive people from the book to the social media and vice versa, and create an ecosystem, sell affiliate, create communities. You can do whatever you want. You can create even your like other store, like outside of Amazon, do TikTok shop, like all sort of things. And this has unlimited advantages, guys. Like you really, it's like when it comes to building a business, instead of just doing the side hustle of uploading some PDFs on Amazon, this really is where the difference is made. Like from average result, average publisher to like the top class publisher, the one that makes millions and millions of dollars with this business model. So make sure you follow this, like create a brand, get to know a niche very well, and you will never have to work again, really. Like a clockwork, I receive tens of thousands of dollars in my bank account every single month from the brands I've built throughout the years, that I'm keep growing, obviously, with the time. But like, if you create a brand, you will never have to work again, trust me. Okay, I speak for full experience from me and also all my clients that I've helped with the same exact strategy, and I'm also currently helping. Okay, you will see more results on this channel. But for the moment, if you want to apply to become a 6-figure publisher and build your brands with someone that is actually currently publishing and scaling his business, okay, year by year, you can use the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you just find out and you want to see more videos. Also watch all the other videos I made, guys. Okay, like I always explain this same exact strategy, but more in depth in every single video. So just make sure to watch all of them. I will add a few of them in the description, so you can just, the one that I really advise you to watch after this one. Comment with topics you'd like to see on the channel, or whatever comment you want to have. If this video was helpful, like the video, share the video to your friends, etc., etc. I have also a free Skool community, so skool.com/KDP, where you can interact with me and all the other six-figure publishers out there. Cheers, guys. I will see you in the next video.